Yeah. My name is Tim. I've been living in Seattle for about 3.5 years now. I'm originally from New England. I've been playing music since I was like 16 years old. I wanted to be a shredder. I really loved like rock and roll and metal, and so I got a like $100 like guitar amp kit, um, and I practiced all the rock I could, and it really inspired me a ton. I think music was, in a lot of ways for me, like a saving grace kind of thing. So I went to college and I minored in music and technology. It ended up being more classes on the business side of things, but yeah. Over the last couple of years, I've done a ton of different instruments and digital audio production. I made an EP, and I've been doing flamenco for the last year now. So yeah, I'm stoked to be a part of the community. Yeah, so I like 3 or 4 years ago visited Sevilla on a backpacking trip. I was crossing the Strait of Gibraltar on a ferry, and I asked this family if they had like a SIM card replacer to replace the Moroccan SIM card with a European one. And we struck up a conversation, and the daughter was saying that she had been teaching in Seville for some time, and I should really go see a flamenco show. And I was like, okay, like what's the best theater? So she and I went to one, and I was just like blown away. Like I'd never seen anything like it. It's just it was beautiful, and the energy, of course, and the action, the dynamics is just never a way I've seen guitar being played before. Of course, Seville, is like the birthplace of modern flamenco, and so walking around the next week, I just seeing performances everywhere, and I thought that was really cool. So I kind of tucked that away for a while, and then I moved back here 2 or 3 years later, and I met another guitarist who told me he plays flamenco, and I thought, oh my god, this is my chance. That's so cool. And I said, take me under your wing, teach me everything you can. And so he introduced me to the school, and I've been playing ever since. Yeah, it's a lot of things. I mean, it's so different. I self-taught how to play more of a classical style of guitar, and I think with flamenco, I've had to unlearn basically everything. And it's just, you get this really unique kind of powerful sound that I didn't know that I could do. Flamenco is also such a community art, and so it's so cool, terrifying, but very cool to play for the dancers, and um, have that sense of community while playing. It's really not something that you can do in your bedroom alone. I'd say also playing with people. I think it's all about being thrown in the deep end, and there's not so many resources to guide you through it so easily. So yeah, I mean, the rewarding part about it is I think that people are really big for me. I think there's a ton of very passionate, incredibly talented folks in Seattle, and I feel so lucky to, take lessons under them, for them to make me a better musician, a better guitarist. Um, and it sounds really cool. So, it's a bit of everything. I think there's so many different palos in flamenco that sound so different, and have such a different sentido. I think unlocking that feels like the next level when you can really take it and make it your own, while understanding the kind of tradition and power behind it. Something I really am enjoying the exploration of. So I'd love to keep doing that. Yeah, I'd love to start playing for dancers a little bit more. Love to get on the stage some more. We have a student concert coming up on June 6th. I think I will be maybe the only student playing. We'll see. So um, yeah, just enjoying the good times, and I'd love to keep working hard at it and improving my craft, and yeah, get more involved with everything. You gotta love it. I think you gotta listen to it. I think Pacific Northwest. It's not the biggest thing here. It's not in the culture, right? There's no Antonio Ray playing, every year. So I think you really got to find your own way to connect with it every day, and build the everydayness of the art into your life, and practice. That's the only way to get better, I think.
And do you practice every day?
Oh, so much. Yeah.